I'm very so proud to see so many young and children here representing the community. And it was really it's a beautiful feeling to see neighborhood young people. I pray and I meditate that all the things that we're fighting for will come to fruition and that you will be heard. I want to commend all the people who have been leading this campaign, this struggle, because it takes a lot of energy and a lot of courage to do this. And I hope that all of you will continue this struggle and this campaign, because it benefits not only this section of Royal Heights, but all of the community of Royal Heights East LA. Our voices need to be heard, and doing the things like a Proyecto Jardin that is tied to the earth, to our roots, to our heritage, of being close to our culture, is so important. It should not be overlooked. And no matter what amount of things that we accomplish, it is all a trajectory to be recognized and to be heard and to be part of this community and to be honored and respected for who we are, and that our traditions continue. And so this is why I'm very emotional that all these young people, these children are here. It is not something that you would say, it's not something radical or something out of the ordinary. This is something that is part of our legacy and part of our roots here in this community. I was born in East LA, and this is how our community grew up, with nature, with gardens, with growing your own food, with being neighborly, with using medicine, the traditions of medicinal practice medicine with the plants and herbs. It has been here for centuries, and here in Los Angeles, this was the beginning with our community, with our people here. So thank you so much for continuing this struggle, and my heart goes out to you because it makes me so proud. Thank you so much.
Gracias, Ofelia. Thank you, Ofelia, for sharing those words and for delivering our care package of medicinal herbs up to our representative, Jose Rizal. Right now, I also want to take the opportunity to pass the palabra over to some of our representatives on the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Council. I believe right now we have Lizette, Minor, and Fanny, who are going to speak a little bit about, yes, round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming out. It means so much to all of us. My name is Lisa Dennis, the Secretary of the Proyecto Neighborhood Council. Right here we have Fanny Ortiz, part of the Neighborhood Council as well, and Minor Godoy, who is the President of the Proyecto Neighborhood Council. We come in solidarity to promote, support mainly the Jardin. Some of us are farmers, some of us are supporters. We go just really to interact and contact with the Jardin. It's very important, and this is a genuine sign of support. I welcome you all to come with an open mind, an open heart, to be able to hear everyone's testimony today, to hear the history that Boyle Heights in general has gone through. The displacement, the prejudice, mainly against working class families. Proyecto Jardin has been in existence for over 15 years, 17 years to be exact, and was founded by a doctor himself that's a part of White Memorial Hospital. Passing that on to the community is oversee a communal ran community garden for the community, by the community, with basically no fiscal sponsorships from the hospital, no support, no guidance. So really it's been completely grassroots by the community, but thankfully started by a doctor, so you can see that connection there. Like the hospital, they obviously see the importance in Spanish health, the connection with Mother Earth, or else it wouldn't have had limited resources. Sorry. It being a communal grassroots organization, it's basically learned how to cultivate its community, bringing together, togetherness, collaborating with other types of community gardens, and then from all over surrounding cities, and that's been the main focus. Like I said, Boyle Heights in general has gone through much repression. We are a working class immigrant community, and always have been that way, no matter what religious ethnicity background we come from. We are at the epicenter of every freeway, which is extremely toxic, and we continue to have pride and love for community, which is why we stay. All we want is an opportunity to be able to have some type of green space in our own land. The land that, through the good, bad, and ugly, we stood beside and are still here. We feel it is our right to fight for our connection to Mother Earth and show extreme support. Like I said, we are community activists. We are part of I myself am the organizer of the Royal Heights Bridge Runners. And Fanny and Minor have their own list of credentials that we value in our own community. So I'm going to pass this on to Fanny. Fanny's going to give a little bit of more insight and some of that highlighting. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Fanny Ortiz and I'm a grassroots leader here at Royal Heights. I am leader with East LA Community Corporation. I am a farmer with Proyecto Jardin. And as Lisette mentioned, I'm also in the neighborhood council here for Royal Heights. And I want to start off by thanking everyone for showing up, to show support and love for Proyecto Jardin, for showing love and support for your community needs and wants here at Royal Heights. And I want to thank everyone that has created Proyecto Jardin for the last 17 years. It's very important to continue stating that Jardin was created by the community, for the community, as Lisette stated. And we want to continue that service for our community. Proyecto Jardin is a healing space. For me personally, it has brought a lot of healing for myself, for my family, and I know that other families use this healing space to connect with themselves, to connect with their community, to connect with their family. And it's important that White Memorial listens to what the community needs and wants are by creating a town hall meeting, by allowing the community of Royal Heights to speak their needs and wants. That is the only way that we can share our vision as a community. White Memorial also needs to make sure that they are protecting the green space here in Royal Heights by either selling the land or finding an alternative way to lease with Proyecto Jardin, or even finding an alternative location in Royal Heights and enough money to relocate and rebuild what the community has developed and built for the last 17 years. I can't emphasize enough how empowering it is for us to have this space. It's a space that was created by the community that has helped empower women of color. It has helped empower our youth through our Youth Heal program. It has empowered our community and allowed for us to have access to healthy foods that we harvest together as a community. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I just want to say, again, emphasize that this is a movement that has been started and has been growing from the young people that harvest the land themselves, all the way up to our neighborhood council, and our local neighborhood council unanimously supported Proyecto Jardin and the struggle that they've been in by occupying the land in order to claim and take back what is currently being taken away from our community. And I think we need to be really clear about the fact that we sit at the intersections of both economic, social, as well as environmental discrimination in our community. And Proyecto Jardin is an example of how we will no longer just be pushed aside or pushed out from spaces that we have helped not only rehabilitate, but also start to grow and change into something that's positive and contributes to our community. I just want to end with saying that it's really important, and I'm grateful to see so many folks out here today, but we have to be clear that we can't just have flower-shaped bike racks, butterfly-shaped bike racks, but have no flowers or butterflies in our neighborhood. We have to stop cherishing the green spaces that we have that are neglected and not upkept by our own city. When the community takes over spaces and the community helps rehabilitate spaces, those are the spaces, those are the types of community-led initiatives that need to be supported, not pushed out. And so we're all here, and I'm glad to see you all here. Just want to say the Neighborhood Council fully supports Proyecto Jardin, and we're ready to march and move this on.
Thank you, Minor. Thank you, Fanny. Thank you, Lizette, for your words. We're really fortunate here in Boyle Heights to have such great advocates in our neighborhood council. You know, just before we start heading out, because we're going to go march to Mariachi Plaza, we're going to have some more palabra right there. We're going to march to White Memorial Medical Center. We're going to deliver some signatures, as well as another medicine bundle, so that they can have some healing too and see the light. And then we're going to go back to the Jardin, and we're going to have some danza, we're going to have some capoeira workshop, and we're also going to have some son jarocho and some comida too. Before we take off though, I just want to make sure that we're all exactly on the same page about what's going on here, right? We're fighting to save Proyecto Jardin as a community garden. If you ask White Memorial Medical Center what they're going to do with the land, they're saying that they want to keep it a garden and that they just want to make it more productive. And they want to make sure that the people who work there, though, don't have a voice in how it's run. They want to make sure that the people who work there don't have a lease to stay on the land. And we know that this is part of a longer process. We know those of us that have been there for a while. We remember when White Memorial talked about bulldozing the whole thing and putting bungalows. And we remember when they talked about purchasing the other two properties and expanding their hospital out. So we're not going to die a slow death. We're not going to let this get to the point where a corporate garden is able to just decide that this garden is corporation is able to decide that our garden is no longer profitable and is able to close it because we don't have a lease, because we don't own the land. So what we're asking for today, we've got two main demands. Our first demand is nothing for us without us. Take the conversation out of the courts. Stop this lawsuit for an eviction. Take the conversation out of the courts, bring it into the community where it belongs, so that our community can have a voice and we can decide what happens to our garden, right? The second thing that we want is we want a commitment that White Memorial Medical Center is going to preserve our green space in Boyle Heights. And that could mean three different things. We're giving them three different options that they can choose from. One, sell us the land. We're ready to buy it. Two, lease us the land. Give us a long-term lease, 50, 100-year lease, so that our kids can continue to enjoy the benefits, right? 500 years, whatever it takes, right? We need a permanent, long-term solution. Or three, if they're not willing to do any of those, and they really want to have control of the land, and they really want to develop it further, then find us alternative space in Boyle Heights and give us the money that it's going to take to relocate and rebuild, because it wasn't cheap to build that place up to what it was. A lot of you all who are standing here put your money, your sweat into that place, and we want to make sure that that's respected and that we're given the opportunity to rebuild if that's what we need to do. So thank you all for coming out and supporting those demands. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do this marcha, right? I'm thinking that the safest way to do it is to go down the sidewalk, and we're going to march on the sidewalk for a while till we get to the plaza. All right, so we're going to have, who's going to be in the front? We got